Hello again, many thanks for choosing us. I am Ernest. The strike by the Ghana Union of Traders Association (GUTA) to protest the high cost of doing business enters day 2 today. The group says the 5-day closure of shops is aimed at piling pressure on government to act quickly to resolve their concerns. National President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, says they remain resolute in their decision to strike despite attempts by government to get them to back down. He spoke to me on JoyNews Prime.
Everybody has gotten this right. The people who told us that they want to close their shops, they make a definite statement. And that's what you saw in the markets today.
Has there been any attempt, Dr. Obeng, from government today to try and stop this action, to get you to rescind the decision and perhaps gather around the table again and negotiate?
Mr. Murphy have called me a couple of times. What he has not done is to be able to call us. And the statement is so clear that we are giving a hint to government to take a sense of urgency, to make a sense of urgency in the situation what we find ourselves in. And that statement have gone to government so loud and clear. And so that is enough. So for government to work on it, we told you we also want to communicate to the general consuming public that we are not the cause of price hikes in the market.
And the association, however, dismissed claims of harassment of some traders who say the strike is not the way to go. GUTA had to involve the police as a result. Addressing the concerns of the association, IGP Dr. George Akufu-Dampare says his men will continue to ensure the protest continues peacefully.
Na yeshe mo bonso se bambo ese ye bonyina frisa mria kwesi emra mo ne aban kasa ne nwoko ne abanyina mo beyi se mo ba bebiebie mo shop no nyina ye beye na enusu echi no kra mpo no mo ba ye bekoso ama bambo no aye den ewo Ghana fa na nyina se na beye a oman no betimetu mpon na fa no ntuma pafra.
And day 1 of that strike by GUTA saw several fringe businesses crawling as a result of their action. At Abosokan, traders obliged with the directive. That's what my colleague Samuel Kojo-Manu captured.
So I'm here in Abosokan. If you look right behind me, that stretch, about 500 meters from here, we've been walking from that point to this place. I mean, all the stores on that lane have been closed. None of them has been opened. A look ahead of me still indicates that stores here, I can see about 100 meters ahead of me, and all the stores have been closed. None has been open. Again, we see a lot of people here, but for them to open the stores, that is a big no. Let's try and engage some of them to really understand what is happening. You've shut your stores, but you are here. What's happening?
It's about the dollar. The dollar is going up too much. Perhaps by the end of this year, it will go about 20 per $1, which is too much. We cannot trade. We cannot buy our stuff. When we go and import, it's very high. The money is too high. The money is too high. So the government should do something about it. That's why we're closing our shop today.
Is it only about $1 or there's something else?
Oh, taxes are too much too.
Okay.
When you import to Ghana, the taxes are too much. They should do something about it.
Okay. Now, you've closed your stores, but you are here. Why are you here?
Oh, we are here to protect our shop and supervise our business, our stores too.
I think it's a good exercise that we are taking. I think the dollar is rising too much, and it is, affecting the cost of doing business, because right now the dollar is almost about 13 cedis. So that means that the quantum of the money that you used to buy some, let's say 3 months ago, if you have to change into the dollar and go and buy again, definitely it will come down.
And then what to stores more?
Yes, of course.
And I'm not sure you are reopening today. You open on Monday.
This is my shop.
Oh, you have opened?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I know it's not need for me to close the shop.
Oh, okay.
Because if we close it won't solve the problem.
Okay.
Because if the importers go for goods, if you are going to buy, they put their interest on it. So if I'm going to buy, they will give me the difference. I have to pay. So it's not need for me to close because you put the difference on it and take it from me.
I mean, wherever we've been to, the sentiment is one. The fact that the economy is in shambles and government has to do something about it because the impact on their businesses is too huge. This road I am standing on, I'm told, on a normal day, this place should be filled with thick traffic. But that is not the case because the shops have closed.
Away from Guta, get off the seat and get another person to manage the economy if you have no antidote to the economic crisis of the country. These are the comments of the former Minister for Gender and Children and Social Protection, Nana Oye-Bampo. Speaking on the AM show, Nana Oye-Bampo described as disappointing the comments made by President Akufo-Addo in response to the people of Kwabre who are demanding good roads.
Tensions are high, just one spark, and then there's turmoil in this country. And so he must give us hope and tell us how he's going to solve this problem, or he should get off the seat, resign, and get somebody to manage the economy so that we can have some respite. He's been on his tours for a fortnight. He hasn't said a single word of hope or anything to make us even have that hope that, oh, there is a solution, that government is coming up with some solution to our predicament. He hasn't said one thing. He's rather taunting the general population. He's rather taunting and passing some comments that are rubbing people in a very wrong way. Look at the comments he made on the Kwabre road construction and whether people would vote for NDC or NPP. As a leader in this dire situation, he should not be speaking like that at all. I'm very, very disappointed in him.
Supreme Court nominee Justice Samuel Kwame Edibo-Esiedu has thrown his weight behind efforts to remove the death penalty from Ghana's statutes, although existing in law, no precedent since the inception of the Fourth Republic has signed the death warrant of persons sentenced to death. Madina MP Francis Xavier Sosu and some MPs are sponsoring a private member's bill to remove the death penalty. Now, appearing before the Appointments Committee of Parliament, Justice Edibo-Esiedu said that is the right thing to do.
Who do advocate against the death penalty have done so from about 2 or 3 angles. One, like you just said, life is precious. Life is so fundamental, and that we as human beings cannot create life. And so we have no right to take away life. 2, that once life is taken, it is irreplaceable. 3, in the system, the judicial system, there's that likelihood that a mistake would have been made. And so a person will be convicted. He has not done, or he has not committed the crime he is alleged to have committed. And meanwhile, if he is put to death, and later on, evidence comes up to show that the person was innocent, we just cannot bring that person, back. And so, nobody should be put to death, or for that reason, the death penalty must not be made to, continue to exist in our books, our statute books. As a judge, like I said earlier, ours is to interpret the law and apply it. And so as long as it remains in the statute, the judge has no alternative but to apply it. And so it is a step in the right direction that, bills have been initiated to, amend the criminal procedure code and then the criminal and Other Offences Act. That's both Act 29 and Act 30. I think it's a step in the right direction.
And still on President Akufo-Addo's nominees to the Supreme Court, a dominant theme that runs through the vetting was about the independence of the judiciary. According to another nominee, that's Justice Ernest who faced some tough questions with his affiliation to the governing NPP. The judiciary is not infallible, but said enough mechanisms are in existence to deal with the erring judges.
What I would like to say first and foremost is that the judiciary is a human institution, and definitely there will be some infractions of members of the judiciary, but the judiciary is such a large, composition. We have different we've got and then there are many stakeholders. Well, any concern of any infraction, corruption, or whatever it is should be of concern to all of us. I agree that it will, but there are certain mechanisms created within the system itself to be able to take care of all these, like the code of conduct for us, administrative mechanisms that are put in place to make sure the compliance of this code of conduct, and then the impeachment proceedings or procedures that are all designed to impeach an errant judge. And these have all gone through a number of evolutions such that, it's been, I think in permit me to quote this from the Code of Conduct. The Latimer House principle of the Commonwealth or nation also correctly indicate that the principle of judicial accountability and independence underpin public confidence in judicial system and the importance of the judiciary as one of the three pillars upon which a responsible government relies. The Latimer House principle were formulated by the Commonwealth to clarify interrelationship between all the branches of government. So you realize that, yes, there is mechanism created to attend to all these teething problems of members of the judiciary in upholding the rule of law.
And the committee has wrapped up its work on the 4 nominees and are expected to present their reports next week when Parliament reconvenes after the 3-month break. The nominees are Justice Barbara Kayensu, Justice George Kingsley Kumsin, Justice Samuel Kwame Edibu Asiedu, and Justice Ernest Yaogao, you heard a while ago. Now, 2 people are in critical condition following an alleged clash between illegal miners and a security team managing the concession of Anglo Gold Ashanti in the Obuasi East District. A leader of the Obuasi small-scale miners, Nana Enima Are II, was also the Dunkwa, informed Adontehene says. The clash follows the quest for release of some Galamsey miners who sneaked into the AGA's mining site and got trapped. Our JoyNews correspondent Isaac Nomanyo has more in the following report.
Some Galamsey miners are alleged to have been trapped after sneaking into the AGA underground through an entry called Cat's Door or ramp. According to sources, the leadership of the Obuasi small-scale miners attempted to intervene through a dialogue for the release of those that were trapped. Nana Enima Are, however, says a violent confrontation ensued when Galamseyers who were not part of the entourage arrived and shot at one of the AGA's water tankers. He says 3 Galamseyers were shot in the process, with 2 in critical condition at the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital. The 2 were shot in the abdomen and the other was shot in the leg.
I know that how much about 5 o'clock now. Yet is some say Chiakasa or Kudo. And then another man said, "She to Nikasa, 90 grand Kumbu, and said, yes, I found to my friend or second. You could do natural say. And Chimana say, your Nancy by do a Bunun Imum Akokura AG underground. Our Mokodo is a Makodia or Mamaka, Mokodis and Samuel, and Tom Pekon for some Piabon. To whom animal calls.
We heard gunshots around 5 a.m. Upon reaching there, some 25 men have been trapped in a mining pit. According to what we were told, the people were struggling to get out. It appears that one of the men who went to the soldiers to call for help was possessing a gun. The soldiers felt threatened. This is what caused the shooting, and casualties have been recorded. We have been able to secure 11 people.
Because so much on Makassan situation already. So you know, when you know, just say Yemikuno, and I was made to buy a Nipami and Saint Tukan. By saying, I said, you know, the Omodia, I'm going to play the more.
The chairman of Ahanso Nyawodia, Nana Kofi Bedu, has called for calm. He says the traditional authority is working to ensure restoration of law and order.
I'm Ramin and then I read. Committee Chama Kahon, may has not the Chami Beduka. Obia and one who I can't see Obia. In this Obia, every son Colano cry 45 and crying 50 and Caribbean, and Obian who we are. Until the tear for no so more want and something same year. Almost I know my bang and no more be some year. Obia and Ra.
The rumor that some people died or were trapped is a lie. People have to verify before spreading such rumors. Nobody was affected. It is not true that some people died yesterday. People should disregard the false information. I entreat everyone to remain calm and not spread false alerts.
Isaac Nomenyo's report read to you.
Now to Thursday, and the International Growth Center estimates that $250 million will be needed to reclaim the illegal mining devastation or devastated lands in the western region of Ghana alone. With sustainable management of the soil becoming crucial, a group of scientists in Ghana and Germany are using a fungus to bring life back to Ghana's degraded soil. Love FM's Chrissy Deborah has more on Tech Thursday.
Fungi may not hesitate to invade a dead or living plant, making naught of it. But in situations where they fall in love with each other, it becomes interesting to know the mutual gains. Agape may refer to a true love affair between God and men. But for green plants and fungi, it is called symbiosis. Mycorrhizas, an important group of soil fungi, prefer to latch onto the plant's roots, supplying water and vital nutrients to the plant, while the plant supplies the fungi with sugars. In this affair, soil is not about emotions, but food. Though some fungi may prefer to make dew on the surface, others will like to penetrate deep into the plant root cells. These are known as arbuscular mycorrhizal fungi, AMF. Capitalizing on Mr. Puku's flourishing illegal mining reclaimed site, the German project partners picked a soil and root sample and isolated an AMF candidate.
So we took soil samples, isolated mycorrhizal fungi, have characterized these in Germany and tested them for their functional potential to increase fertility and perform, also support a mercury uptake by plant. And this is now being tested as a vice versa approach and also supporting economies in the future here in Ghana to develop sustainable solutions for mercury reclamation in Ghanaian gold mining sites.
Another PhD student from the University of Ohenheim, Yashin Gill, decided to bring Pureria fasciolidis and the discovered AMF together to see how they can rid a contaminated soil of mercury. She found that AMF helped the plant to absorb the mercury and ensures optimum growth of the plant.
Here in this part, it wasn't possible for us to harvest all of the plants, but you can definitely see with AMF we have a higher density production of biomass in the root.
So the first indication what we have here in the comparison of these two 4 plants and 2 treatments is that the overall positive effect of mycorrhizal fungi is clearly visible. And this is also seen that we have a better root growth. That means the biomass production of the plant species is much better, and you also see the positive effect of AMF, mycorrhizal fungi. And this is clearly seen in contrast to the non-treated plants on the left side. So these two plants have not been inoculated with mycorrhizal fungi, where you can clearly see that the plant does not perform as good as with inoculation. And also, and this is one of our main targets, is that under the influence of mercury concentration in the soil, that the plant can also perform better with support of mycorrhizal strains. So this is seen here on the right side. This is our prototype of legume plant species inoculated with AMF as exposed to mercury.
Use mycorrhiza to help rejuvenate our soils and also take the heavy metal mercury from the soil to make the soil better for agricultural purposes. Today we have observed that the mycorrhiza has improved the rooting system of these plants, and hence there is the potential to develop this mycorrhiza into a commercial scale that can be used in all the galamsey sites to be able to take the mercury and rejuvenate our soils. We are thinking of sustainable management of our soils, not using any synthetic, but we are using environmental services, natural materials to go back to the soil and use them to bring back the soil to life. If you go to all the areas that we are practicing galamsey, the land is devastated. Cocoa farms are destroyed, and we believe that this our mycorrhiza, which is indigenous, that has been developed, can be used in our communities to revitalize our soils for agricultural purposes.
As both the Ghanaian and German governments are perplexed at ways to reclaim the land, Abuscula mycorrhizal fungi, AMF, and leguminous trees give hope for an effective and sustainable and less costly technology to revitalize Ghana's degraded lands. Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.
And that's it for our Tech Thursday. President Akufo-Addo has been in the news this week for some of his comments. JoyNews' features editor Jojo Kobina has more on the president's past and recent speeches that have been heavily criticized.
In 2016, the presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party, Nana Akufo-Addo, begged voters to vote for him. He emphasized that the people have a lot of power, so he will always beg them. He criticized President Mahama for ridiculing him for pleading with voters. The people were persuaded and voted for him in 2016. He went on to win the 2020 elections as well. The public has been anxiously anticipating the fulfillment of all promises made to them. Many citizens have made demands. This includes Aflao Chief Togbe Amenyafiti V, who gave the Education Ministry an ultimatum to complete the E-Block school in Aflao.
But the teams are having their full days again, going there, removing everything at will. Now, in the era of the MBP now, we have the free senior high education. And my people are not benefiting because the school is not yet. I'm sure by next year, February, school, new entrance will go to school. So your coming here is a redemption to the suffering people of Aflao. It's a redemption really to the suffering people of Aflao. I carry this message to the Minister of Education that come February, I want this school to be open. Yes, February.
This ultimatum generated a response from the president when he was interviewed by Peace FM morning show host Kwame Sefakai.
When you want flower patch, say e-block no oba yenya hoshi. Inti on my education minister up to February say oba yehu bibi. It's on the say.
Ono no ma minister ultimatum.
So wabre.
And you go here.
Wabre.
This response generated intense criticism.
I don't think that the president should be defending or his people should be defending his remarks. It was poor, it was not well calibrated.
The people of Kwabre and Manso in the Ashanti region have also been demanding their share of good roads. President Akufo-Addo has an answer for the people of Kwabre and Manso.
But for their share voting pattern, or more to a badudo pa de manana. Obviously, men country president. So, my point was a president and Yama. There's a bay or pa. Now 2024, on back to Banetia NPP.
No problem.
You do it.
I'm saying, people make those kind of threats. Me, they don't frighten me.
Okay.
Somebody votes for you, somebody supports you. It's because they want you to do things for them. I understand that.
Critics are concerned about the president's posture. But could it be that the pressure of numerous demands is getting to him? Or is it that the president will not be on the ballot in the 2024 elections, so has nothing to lose?
About to decide to amend this year. Was a man, you must be a soul in Teams, baby. And I want a number and Kakans and Papa, a family who was at the Medu. Baku, when you know, and him a baby, grasse,
Well, this discussion can continue in your various homes and offices. Jojo Kobna, JoyNews.
Right now, let me take you to Sakumono because the Greater Accra Regional Minister indicated that he's leading a team to demolish some structures, that have been erected at the Ramsar site in Sakumono. My colleague Richard Kojo-Manu is with the team and joins us right now. Richard, what is happening this morning? You have to unmute, Richard. Richard Kojo-Manu there in Sakumono with the team from the led by the Greater Accra Regional Minister at the Ramsar site in Sakumono. Richard, has the demolition begun?
Well, so the demolition exercise is yet to begin. This morning, there's been a heavy security deployment made up of the military, the Ghana Police Service and the Immigration Service. Yesterday, the demolition took place at Klagon end of the Ramsar site. Today, we are at the Lashibi end of the Ramsar site, and I'm told that after the demolition exercise here, they would go to the Sakumono end of the Ramsar site and then demolish all the structures that are here. As you can see in your shots, the police and the security people are here, and very shortly we are told that the Greater Accra Regional Minister will be here and the demolition would begin. Those who own these structures that are currently here, they did not go to work and they are waiting for what will happen in this particular exercise. And so that is what is happening at the Lashibi end of the Ramsar site here.
Richard, are there any signs of resistance? Earlier, we saw reports of some party people within that particular constituency expressing their disquiet with the action by the regional minister. Have we seen any signs of resistance today?
And there are no signs of resistance because I do not know whether it's because of the heavy security deployment here, but what you see here are people that ostensibly own these structures that are springing up at the Ramsar site here. And these are the people that are lurking around. They are waiting to see what would really happen before maybe any reaction will take place. But for now, there hasn't been any opposition to what is going to happen.
Richard, thank you very much. And let's stay on this beat. I will bring viewers up to speed with what happens there at Sakumono, the demolition, which will be shortly underway at the Ramsar site. And Ghana Security Services are undergoing some training in preparation for future security insurgents. The exercise is to equip security personnel across all ranks with expertise to counter internal security rebellion. It will also empower them to manage civilian protests and security-threatening activities by groups. Love FM's Clinton Yeboah has more in the following report.
Heads of the security services are on the alert for possible terrorist attacks from the Sahel region and hopeful to curb any insurgents with the constant equipping of personnel. Officer commanding for the operation, Major Evans Edudanso, says a possible attack from rebels is imminent in the central part of the country. He believes the training exercise will help curb the activities of radical groups getting into the coastal areas of the country.
It is based on internal security and counter-insurgency operations. This exercise is made to take care of these violent extremists and terrorism groups which are trying to come in from the Sahel region. We cannot only say that because of the Sahel region, they will just come from the northern part of this country. However, the central part too, there can be infiltration through the central part. So this exercise is supposed to quell all activities of the violent extremists and terrorist groups who are trying to use our sector into Accra and also get into the coastal areas to go into other activities at the shore.
The 3-day annual training at Ejra in the Ashanti region themed exercise Flaming Spears is aimed at preventing extremism. The training includes personnel from the police, immigration, prisons, National Ambulance Service, fire service, customs and the army. In a simulation exercise at Ejra, the joint team from the security services was called to deal with a demonstration by an extremist Islamic group. In the protest, the groups pelted missiles at the police, which had moved in tactically with shield cover, trying to disperse the group. After several minutes, the military was called in to help deal with the situation. The military, after failing to deal with the situation after adoption of several strategies, had to resort to use of gunshots. Clinton, your West report read to you.
Now for the National Science and Maths quiz. They survived a surprising late scare by Ebri Presby Senior High Technical School to qualify for the semi-finals. Many NSMQ pundits thought it was going to be a two-horse race between Prempeh College and Maule School, but that did not happen as Ebri Presby Senior High School stood toe-to-toe with the Amanforce. Maxwell has more.
College, 5-time winners of the National Science and Maths quiz. They have qualified for the semi-finals of the 2022 NSMQ. In the first round of the competition, Ebri Presby Senior High Technical School took an early lead, leading with 5 points. That changed in the second round when Prempeh College led with 10 points. The problem of the day, round 3, proved to be a real problem of the day. Ebri Presby Senior High Technical School had 1 point, Prempeh College 0 points, Maule School also had 1 point. By the end of the contest, Prempeh College won by just 6 points and they qualified for the semi-finals. Listen to the gentleman. Raise your voices loud and say, Gloria Prempeh College, and say, Gloria Prempeh College. This is it. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Let me speak to the gentleman. Tell me, what should we expect? What should we expect?
the only thing I can tell you is to just book a place in the final for Prempeh College. Okay. Because, like we told you in the beginning, that this is just a conversation for us. Like, you can't contest with the GOAT, Lionel himself, and think you are going to win. So working, bro. So working. So working.
This year's Science and Maths quiz is a back-to-back Science and Maths quiz. Yes. We have a Form 1 guy. Listen carefully. We have a Form 1 guy called Terminator. Yes. That guy next 2 years. Yes. And then the fourth yes. we are going to Form 3 now. Yes. What is that? Yes. We are taking it back.
They gonna suck you up. Make a talk.
Okay, so that's it. Prempeh College has qualified. Let me speak to another old student here. Tell me, what is the feeling like for you? What's the feeling like?
Well, to be honest with you, it's very calm. It's a very calm atmosphere out here. It's nothing that we've not seen before, and it's just a normal NSMQ Prempeh feeling. Nothing too special, nothing too big, nothing to boast about. It's just the normal standard of Prempeh. Because there's one thing that always re-echoes in our school, and like when you are walking around, one thing that you hear is, this is Prempeh. The blood is green.
Did every President Senior Technical School scare you?
Okay, so let me tell you one thing I do about when I'm coming to approach my contest. I never watch anybody's contest. Because if Prempeh has its A game on the ground, nobody can stand against the standard. If Prempeh brings its A game, nobody. So I've not seen any of them in any of their contests, and I'll never see anybody's contest. I'll be here, God willing, on Sunday for the semi-finals without watching anybody's contest, because we heard stories and I came around and all of that. But one thing I'll say once again is, this is Prempeh College.
This is Prempeh College. Now let's talk to a maths teacher from Prempeh College. He's well and popularly known as Nemesis.
Yeah.
Nemesis, you said you were going to do this, and you did it.
Yeah.
Tell me.
You know, I told you our first contest that was held between Prempeh College and then St. Aquinas.
Yeah.
I told you it's going to be something easy for us. And truly, it really came to pass. You know, Mawuli and then Ebri, I don't know the name of the other school. Ebri, it's just a small school. You know, even though they are good, they did what they can do. But, you know, having a contest with Prempeh College is a different thing altogether. You need to prepare very well before you can meet us. You know, I'm only giving, I'm asking God's direction and God's protection for our quiz team and our boys. You know, if you don't have good health, this thing you can't stand. We are only praying that God gives them good health. Let me put it that way. And I promise you that we are going to the final.
Going to the final?
Yeah, I'm telling you. We are going to the final. We are going to the final. So Sunday, expect nothing but the best. We are going to kill them.
Raise your voices loud and say, Gloria Prempeh College, and say, Gloria Prempeh College.
And there will be, quarterfinals, 3 quarterfinal contests today. The last contest promises to be thrilling. It will be between Presec Legon, Accra Academy, and Pope John's SHS. It is something you must watch out for. All the action here on JoyNews. We're taking a break. When we return, Beverly brings us business.
It's time for the business segment here on JoyNews Desk. With me, Beverly Broom. The Center for Aging Studies, Colleges of Humanities at the University of Ghana is mounting pressure on Parliament to expedite the passage of the Aged Persons Bill into law. According to the center, the bill, when passed, would highlight the principal guidelines for the holistic care of older persons. Now, speaking to Joy Business at the media launch of the National Aging Summit, Director of the Center for Aging Studies, University of Ghana, Professor Mavis Daku-Gake stressed that it's become necessary to devote time to focus on aging-related issues. Here's a report.
Speaking at the media launch of the National Aging Summit, Director of the Center for Aging Studies, Colleges of Humanities at the University of Ghana, Professor Mavis Daku-Gake, called on government and other stakeholders to explore the use of policies and legal framework to ensure that older persons maintain resilience and improve their quality life. She, however, expressed concern about the delay in the passage of the Aging Persons Bill.
It's a very great concern to us, and we think that it needs to be passed now, because it establishes the framework for which the rights of older persons will be upheld. Because once you say that the society is responsible for taking care of them, who and who would have to do what? Once you have that bill passed, it comes with a legislative instrument that designates or comes out with the responsibilities of different units or groups that are responsible for ensuring that the well-being and quality of life of older persons are adhered in society.
But a representative at the Ministry of Children and Social Protection, Felix Luga, assured that the bill will soon be passed once the necessary works have been completed.
What it means is that even having the friendly environment, which we call the built environment, already even together with the Council for Disability, we have the built environment document part on that is ready. So what it entails is that when the bill is passed, it gives the legal document to all actors and stakeholders concerned to be able to make sure that the outline plans and indicators in the bill are put into play or are implemented.
Quality Insurance Company, who are partners of the National Aging Summit, stated that it will continue to support the aged with innovative insurance packages to enhance their economic livelihood. Kojo-Manu Addison is the chief executive of the company.
Can we make profit if people are not happy? If the people that can take advantage of your products are not happy? Let's be minded that the baby boomers, who are all more than 60 years, have the most disposable income, and this is the generation we are talking about. We need to make them happy, right, so that we can also take advantage of some of their disposable income with our insurance products, our motor insurance, our pensions, our life insurance. So that's why we are here. That's why we are a convener. I mean, we decided that we want to get into this space. We approached the Center for Aging Studies that, hey, this is the space we want to get into, and how do we do it? And they have guided us.
Meanwhile, the National Aging Summit will be organized in December 2022.
Now, away from that, Airtel Tigo Ghana says it will enhance its customer experience through various innovative initiatives and products. According to Head of Brands and Communications, Nancy Asore-Siedu, the company will continue to champion diversity in its relations with customers. She spoke to Joy Business at the grand prize presentation of Airtel Tigo Tugu-Misu Reloaded event.
The Tugu-Misu Reloaded promo was a target-based promo designed to reward customers with weekly cash prizes. According to Head of Brands and Communications at Airtel Tigo, the company will introduce other packages for customers in the coming days.
And we have a research team in-house. So what we do is to know what our customers want. And when I say we are evolving with them, it means that we are in constant touch with them to understand what they want, what they need, so that whenever we come out with anything, it's based on research, it's based on what is needed or relevant. So that's what I mean by evolving with our customers and making sure that we give to them what they need. Like I said, last year was a maiden Tugu-Misu, and this year we had Tugu-Misu Reloaded. So we're looking at how best we can refresh or bring something new, and that's cooking. But even before the end of the year, like my marketing director said, they should expect another interesting promotion.
Airtel Tigo presented a cash prize of 125,000 Ghana cedis to Benaya Opon as the winner of the Tugu-Misu Reloaded promo. Receiving his prize, Benaya could not hide his excitement.
I feel very, very honored and very, very happy and excited. To be honest,
thinking that I would be the one to win, it's really, really crazy, because there are many people in this country that we are in, and I was chosen out. So I'm very, very happy and honored. That is the feeling I'm in right now. Again, so every month I tried my best to buy 500 Ghana cedis worth of data and 100 cedis worth of call time credit. And I did some mobile money transactions. So that was every month, because I wanted to win the money.
The first runner-up and second runner-up received 50,000 Ghana cedis and 25,000 Ghana cedis respectively.
That's all for business. For more business, you can log on to myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Beverly Broom.
Lawrence joins me with the latest in sport. Lawrence, good morning. I'm told we have a new coach.
Yes,
I'm talking about Heart of Oak. Yes, you know I'm
I didn't know.
Oh, I am.
Well, it looks like there's a super clash on the desk right now.
Yeah. Oh, you are.
I'm not fan.
Oh, relax for us. It's our time. Allow us to shine.
You are the ones we are waiting for, because
but
you're the one behind.
What's with Serbian coaches?
Accra Heart of Oak and Serbian coaches.
Not just, I mean Ghana generally.
Probably they are doing something right that we are seeing, and then others are not seeing. So, well, for the last one that came in, we didn't see any good thing with him. Like, had to exit the African Cup of Nations early. But far from him, there's Slavko Matic in charge of Accra Heart of Oak.
Say the name again.
Slavko Matic.
Okay.
People think
I have to take my time.
He's a cousin of former Man United player Nemanja Matic.
Yeah.
They are two different people. So yes, you remember on September 27, Accra Heart of Oak parted ways with Samuel Boydu after a poor start to the season, and they had to hire former Kotoko assistant coach David Oklu.
Yeah.
Right now, David Oklu has a boss now.
Okay.
He's no more
in charge
leading the team. He'll be playing a supporting role, because Matic has come in. Slavko Matic has come in. He will take care of affairs. Let's just note that the Ghana Premier League is on hold, because there's a court injunction ongoing, which I'm hearing the latest is that the case has been adjourned to October 24. You know, last week, Friday, they were in court.
Yes, I mean, it was adjourned because I think they didn't show up.
Yeah.
Or they didn't file processes.
Yes, they didn't follow the process. So they had to go and file a new complaint and come back. So today there was an update, and then it has been adjourned again to Monday, October 24.
You can expect these adjournments at least for some time before the substantive case is actually heard and determined.
Hopefully.
But that will give our new coach some time
to assess the team,
assess the team, and then strategize.
So, well, for Heart of Oak fans, I think he's been charged. He signed a 2-year deal, and then he's been charged with a mandate of restoring Heart of Oak to their glory days. Okay. You know, Samuel Boydu did some magic with the team. And then since his departure, the team has not been too strong. They have had to exit the CAF Confederation Cup. So they are hoping that with the appointment of Matic, things will start getting better. And then Heart of Oak will return to winning ways, because 3 games into the season, they are yet to win. Their only win came on Sunday against Bamako, which wasn't even enough to end them a place in the group stage of the CAF Confederation.
Well, let's see how it goes. Maybe he's got some magic one that he would pull and just turn the tables around.
I'll actually hope he does well, but not against my team, because when Heart of Oak is doing well, Kotoko is doing well, you have that competition and you have that excitement from fans to go to the stadium and watch these two teams play. So yes, I'm definitely wishing him the best, but not against my team.
Well, let's see how it goes for you, Lawrence, and your team. Well, as for us, we have a new coach now, and we're excited about it. So that's our show this morning. We have more stories when you log on to myjoyonline.com. I'm Ernest. We'll be back at midday with some more stories from around the world. Please stay with us.